Welcome back. The Chennai Corporation has had its way. Observe when you drive around in Chennai because you will find all commercial establishments, small and big, whether it is a big textile showroom or just a little photo studio, all of it in Tamil. Big and bold Tamil signboards. An English name is allowed, but it has to be smaller than the font of the Tamil text. If Tamil text isn't there, then the board just isn't there. A day before the World Tamil Conference, the corporation workers have begun the crackdown on the use of signboards of commercial shops that do not have Tamil name prominently displayed. Two shops in the Ritchie Street bore the brunt of the corporation drive. The mayor of the corporation and of course the commissioner Rajesh Lakhoni themselves were on the streets all day long to supervise this particular drive. The corporation had initially set the rule that all signboards in the city should be in Tamil and a little font in English is also allowed. The initial deadline for this very rule was the 31st of May, which was then extended to the 20th of June. The corporation workers in the 10 zones will be undertaking the exercise in the coming days.
In my opinion, there was no violation of the law because as per the requirement, the institution's name, Stereo Vision's name was also in Tamil. This is a replaceable hoarding which we put where we keep changing and promoting various brands of ours. And as you know, a brand name cannot be converted to Tamil. It affects the morale of my people to see that their own people come and, just tear things down. It's basically, you just feel violated. It's just like, molestation. So it could have been done in a better way.
So is this drive going to change the shopping experience for you and I, or at least for people who don't belong to Chennai but love to visit this city every time they want to shop? Joining me live at NDTV Hindu is the top man of the corporation, Mr. Rajesh Lakhoni. Thanks very much for talking to us and joining us live on this very big day. You've been out all day long to supervise this particular drive. Tell us initially, how many of the signboards are now yet to be taken off considering they've not followed the deadline or not followed the rule, and how many are already in Tamil?
Well, out of maybe 1 lakh odd signboards, around 85% have already converted into Tamil and English or Tamil and other language. Another 15% are left out. Today we removed around 1,400 signboards. So another 15%, that is around 10 to 12,000 is still left out.
1,400 signboards were removed, you're saying. And just as a clarification, Mr. Lakhoni, is this a drive that you're keeping to Chennai city alone, or is the government looking at making this drive spread into the state as well? Any news on that just yet?
Well, this we are following because we announced in the Chennai Council. So we, I don't know about the other, but Chennai city definitely we are going ahead and doing it.
All right. So was there a research or something that took place just to find out what kind of an impact this will have on the importance of Tamil language per se, or is it just an idea of perhaps the mayor and top authorities such as you in the corporation? Was there any serious thought before this drive took place?
Well, these signboards and the shop's board are the most visual kind of any intrusion, visual kind of thing on the road, and the visibility as well as you know, what about the tea shop has become so common that we don't know what is the Tamil version of it. So many words have become so anyway, once we start putting in Tamil, people will definitely know the actual words, and definitely it will. And lot of people, in the sense that all the people who are in Chennai, 80% people will be knowing only Tamil. So if something is in Tamil, definitely they will be able to read more. Even for shopping, people who are going to the shops, even the shoppers who are the owners of the shop, it will be advantageous because they will attract more of the clients and customers.
Right, but critics will say that, particularly brand experts would say that international brand owners are simply unhappy and upset about this whole drive. Even, for example, brands like Adidas or Tommy Hilfiger will have to use big bold letters to call themselves that in the Tamil language, and then maybe allowed to use English for a little bit. So are you also facing criticism, and do you admit that this is going to perhaps not drastically but definitely going to have an impact in the shopping experience for people like me who were born in Chennai but didn't study in Chennai? I can't read Tamil, so if I were to go to a store to perhaps find a sari, wouldn't that be difficult?
Well, I think there are two issues here in the sense, for example, the name. For example, most of the brands have a logo. People identify a brand with a logo, as well as there are two issues here. One is that brand name and a logo. Logo is what people identify a brand, and we are not asked them to translate the brand name into Tamil. We are only asking them to transliterate and write it in Tamil. So that's a different thing, and that's an easy. A lot of people can read it. Otherwise, Adidas is written in English. Many people may not be able to read it at all.
Right, but you know, Kanchivaram saris is something that women in the north love to buy, and they in fact make trips to Chennai. So what sort of an impact is this going to have on brand Chennai? And honestly, have you had criticism just yet, or do you admit that it is perhaps going to have an impact on brand Chennai? Maybe international players will now hesitate to set up shop in Chennai?
Well, I don't think so, because recently I have been to South Korea, and I find that all the international shops, they have written their brand names in Korean. Means so all over the world it is like that. Here we are only asking them is that you give some prominence to Tamil, and you write in other language, whatever language you want. So obviously I don't think there may be an issue, and I think there will be better acceptability for these brands in local area if they write in the local language.
Right, sir. And what essentially are you hoping to achieve by this particular drive? Of course, it will be a visual treat for the language of Tamil per se, which you're trying to highlight here. But beyond the language, is there something that you're trying to achieve by giving some sort of an importance to brand Chennai, or do you want to indeed literally call it a Tamil Nadu?
Well, there are a lot of advantages. For example, a lot of people who are in Chennai, they will be able to use the facilities better. They will be able to understand the places. They will be able to find out what is happening. They will be able to understand. Apart from that, it will be strengthening the brand Chennai instead of diluting it, as people may sometimes. It will strengthen the brand Chennai, and we want to. Each city has its own inner strength. Basically, we have to strengthen our inner strength and then project outside. We can't project outside without not having an inner strength. Our inner strength is our culture, our language. So we have to give importance to our culture and language and then project out.
Okay, the top man of the commission of the corporation saying that this drive will only strengthen the brand of Chennai. But last question to you, Mr. Rajesh Lakhoni, how long is this drive going to take place? And for those 1,400 shops which you say you've removed in just a single day, what's the kind of deadline you're giving to them, and what's this drive going to be like in the next few days?
Well, we had given a lot of time. I think we started 2.5 months before, and we extended the deadline by 20 days. And a lot of people changed it. In the sense, I should thank around 85% of the shop owners who came forward, and already they have changed the names, etc. Only 10-15%, whatever reason they have not changed. We have started drive yesterday, and if we don't want to come and forcibly remove their boards, etc. If they change, we'll welcome it, and it will be a good step for the city.
Sir, thank you very much for joining us on NDTV Hindu. We will of course be in touch with you to ensure really, or to find out how many more stalls or stores are facing the brunt of not going and changing indeed, or writing those fonts in Tamil. Tomorrow is the very big day when the Tamil conference is beginning, and this move perhaps comes just right apt one day before that big grand World Tamil Conference. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Rajesh Lakhoni, for talking to us. Well, we move on. Scores of street vendors in Tambaram staged a protest today in front of the municipality. They demanded that the authorities reinstate their shops on the very street and in that very place to provide them an alternative livelihood.
நாங்கள் வந்து தாத்தா எங்கள் அம்மா எங்கள் அப்பா எல்லாருமே பரம்பரையாக வியாபாரம் பண்ணுறோம். எங்களுக்கு இப்போ இனிமேல் லைஃப் வந்து மார்க்கெட்டு தான். இனிமேல் எங்களை தூக்கிட்டா வந்து எங்களுக்கு எதுவுமே இல்லை. இங்கே வந்து அப்பப்போ ஒரே அராஜகம் பண்ணுறாங்க. நகராட்சியும் சரி போலீஸும் சரி ரொம்ப ஓவர் அராஜகம் பண்ணுறாங்க. இதுக்கு ஒரு கருத்து வரணும்.
Bhaskar's situation directly contradicts the National Urban Street Vendors Policy that was passed in the year 2006. The policy clearly states that state government should provide and promote a supportive environment to street vendors. Bhaskar is not alone. The Tambaram Municipal Corporation went on an evacuation drive on Saturday.
I'm standing right now at the Shanmuga Street, and it's these shops that you can see behind me that have been here for almost 40 years that were evacuated by the corporation day before yesterday.
The protesting street vendors, many of them evacuated, submitted a plea to the municipal commissioner demanding an alternative.
சண்முகா ரோட்ல இருக்கக்கூடிய வியாபாரிகளுக்கு சென்னை உயர்நீதிமன்றத்தில் வழக்கு இருக்கிறது. அவர்களை அப்புறப்படுத்தக்கூடாது. அவர்களுக்கு மாற்று இடம் கொடுக்காமல் அப்புறப்படுத்தக்கூடாது.
Authorities off the record say that the evacuation drive was to ease congestion. But there is no word yet on if and when there will be an alternate space for these vendors. In Chennai, Pratiksha Ramkumar, NDTV Hindu.
Well, from billing to the number of connections, it is a booming industry in India, and perhaps something that India has never seen in the last 2 decades. Only second to China in the world, in fact, when it comes to world standings. We are talking about the telecom business and the industry of telecom, the business that's flying very high. But for one annoying snag, the consumer grievance settlement system, which is widely seen as the most inefficient. Well, if you just call the customer care at a time of an emergency, you might just hear out of service.
Almost every Indian adult owns a mobile phone, and service providers in this large market are locked in an active race, offering attractive pricing and an expanding range of high-tech services to retain subscribers and attract new ones. But how active are these service providers when it comes to settling the grievances of a subscriber?
For 1.5 years, the calls which we made to our colleagues in the company, they were billed. They were supposed to be free calls because it's in a CUG connection, but Airtel was billing us for it, and we realized it's only after a year, maybe around 18 months. And after a couple of months, they rectified the problem, but we never reimbursed the money which we lost for the last 18 months.
The subscriber is helpless. Consumer courts stopped accepting such disputes after the Supreme Court in 2009 said a dispute between a subscriber and a service provider should be settled outside the court with a mediation by a lawyer.
We have said to include, to amend the act and say to include special law also, so that the telecom issues will also be covered under the Consumer Protection Act.
It appears that amendment of the Consumer Protection Act is the only way out for the subscriber, and this will also hold the telecom service providers accountable. In Chennai, Bertila, NDTV Hindu.
Well, up ahead, after a short break, actress Sneha is now sprinting really fast, and not to lose weight but to chase criminals. Find out what's on the other side.